What's up, Eurovision people? My name is Sean, and on my channel, I talk about all things Eurovision. It's the final. We are late, but it is the final. And the Eurovision Song Contest 2023 final is upon us, which means tomorrow we're back to being normal people.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, tomorrow we'll have another live stream actually. So everybody
Indeed.
watch it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Indeed, we will be talking
Mm-hmm.
about the results tomorrow. But until then, make sure you don't miss that live stream by subscribing to my channel. Anyone that is here, come and subscribe. There's a lot of content waiting for you. Actually, not that much because it's the end of the season, but at least there's one more live stream coming up tomorrow where we will be discussing the results. But let's talk about today. Today we will be discussing tonight's final. We will be making predictions
Mhm.
for tonight's final, and we will be going through our finalists one by one. Some of which we'll be talking about briefly, and some of which we'll be talking for a little bit longer because they are worth talking about a bit longer, right? Do you
Yeah.
guys want to introduce yourselves since it's your first time here?
Yeah. You've never seen my face. I'm George from Italy. Nice to meet you. And what about you?
Hi, I'm Becca from Malta once again. What about you?
This is EPIX Eurovision Guy from Estonia.
Fantastic.
So the
Just before
northern
we dive
blood
into
here.
this represent. Just before we dive into the finalists, we have to cover a little bit of our reaction to the semi-final two results where we got the last 10 finalists. And I'm going to kick it off and say I am still on cloud nine that Albania managed to pull through. I believed in that song from day one. I've been telling everybody that this is going through. Not saying I wasn't nervous for it because this was my favorite of the semi-final, and if you haven't yet seen my reaction and Rebecca's reaction to Albania going through, go to my channel and watch it. I think it's worth watching. Eston.
Yeah.
Estonia is also true. We are happy about that, aren't we?
Yes, I was so nervous. We were, predicted from 7th to 12th during run up to the semi-final. We were 10th by the end, and yeah, it was really nerve-wracking. But I loved the performance, and we definitely deserved to go through. And the joy that was in the room in our watch party, the screams were absolutely incredible. So I'm really happy.
Hmm.
I'm also happy that Estonia
Absolutely.
is in because it was my favorite.
Yeah.
But I need to brag for 1 second and say that I guessed 10 of the 10 qualifiers.
Yeah, you can this time.
Woo!
Woo!
Georgia was out. Nobody believed me, but
I
I
was
was right.
sad for Georgia to be out though. Like I wasn't expecting for Cyprus to go through. I mean, I really
Yeah.
like Georgia's
Uh,
performance, and I believe that Georgia
Yeah.
deserves a better place than Cyprus.
Nothing happened in Cyprus or Georgia's performances, but I think that Cyprus's song was better, and his looks definitely helped. I must also
Mm-hmm.
say that overall, this semifinal, I liked it much better than the semifinal one. I thought that there were more memorable performances, there were more surprises, even. I was overall impressed by the quality, especially by Albania. It was my favorite performance of the night. I really loved it.
Oh my
It was
god.
dramatic. I did. It was dramatic. It was
Was.
the vocals were on point. It was different from the rest. I loved it. And I also really liked Austria. People were like, they have no energy. But they're being a meme, and having no energy is part of the meme. So I think it's completely appropriate. It actually made me laugh. And that's something. So I enjoyed a lot of the performances, and I'm happy about the results. Just a little bit sad for my crush, Riley, but you missed some. Not everybody can be in the final.
Yeah.
I would say it was a bit still a bit weaker than the first, and I was disappointed by quite a few performances. As Austria was, yeah, I felt empty. It was not, it did not go down great in the room as well. But I think for the last performance of the night, Australia was my definite number one. That was the highlight of the whole evening, and the energy, the vocals, the performance was all there. So Australia definitely group, it's going higher in my personal top as well.
All right.
I thought
of
that the
course, George,
guitarist could have been more energetic in Australia. He was a bit static, but the lead singer, damn, yeah, he did sing and perform.
Darling,
You can tell
Poland
that they have a lot of
qualifier.
experience. Oh, but I knew that Poland would qualify. I mean, I had no doubt in my mind. I knew since day one. Hot girl from Eastern Europe. Everybody likes that. So yeah, I'm not surprised. And the performance was great, by the way.
Rafael Hayas.
We will be voting for Brazil tonight.
And it seems like we'll be voting for Spain. Well, we're going to get to that in about 8 minutes. So, shall we start with our running order?
I think so.
Austria is kicking us off. Energetic opener to the final. I think many people were surprised that this was given the opening spot. And as much as I'm not surprised, I think this just shows that this did not win the semi-final and maybe did not get as strong as a televote as people expected. Giorgio, what do you think?
I was actually going to disagree that it didn't win the semi-final. Well, maybe it didn't win, but maybe it did well. Last year, the Czech Republic opened the final, and they were third in the semi-finals televote. So I don't think this necessarily means anything. It probably just means that it has no chance winning. I don't think that this will be in the top 10 in the final. I did really like the performance, but this running order combined with the fact that it has meme potential, but it's at the same time not the most memorable performance of the night, doesn't give it, too many chances to do great. So I expect it to end in the middle of the scoreboard, despite all the hype behind it.
Becca.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. This the performance is lacking a lot of energy, and I'm pretty sure that when it was either Australia or Slovenia, they will do okay, but yeah, low to mid table probably not a lot more. Especially, I mean, Portugal coming after has a lot more power, a lot more energy, and okay, the second slot is the death slot by a lot of means, but I mean, maybe even Portugal could have opened. But yeah, Austria is doing okay, but not great.
I think the opening spot is always reserved for a song that is really, really well liked by the fandom, but did not probably do as well as people thought in the semi-final. And I do think Austria came like third maybe in the semi-final, but I don't think that it won. And if it did win, I don't think it would have been given the opening spot. In the past, we've seen, like you mentioned, Czech Republic. They had come third in the semi. We also had in 2021, we had Cyprus opening, who came like 6th or 7th in the semi. Malta in 2019 had come 8th, I think. So I think it's always a fan favorite that will likely not come inside the top 10.
You're right.
Becca.
Well, not the only one though.
Thoughts on Austria?
I think I find it quite good the fact that it's gonna be like the opener for this year's final. I mean, as everyone agree, like it's a meme song, so why not just open up with it? But I felt that they need more movement for such a song. At some point, it felt quite a bit empty, and it's such a really like hype song. So like I feel that next time they should have maybe had more movement in it to make it like more complete. But overall, it was a good song, and I'm happy that Austria went through.
You know what, though? I disagree that it needs more energy and more movement because it's a meme. And many memes are low energy, and being low energy is actually what makes it funny to me.
I mean, they did have their facial expressions, but like at some point the stage felt a bit empty. Like if they moved a bit more, not too much, just a bit more, I think it would have made it more like complete.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I think Austria could have leaned a bit more into the kitsch. I mean, it looked clean, it looked good.
No, it did.
But yeah, it definitely didn't exercise all of the potential it had for the staging. Okay, moving on to Portugal. Coming up in the second spot. Who wants to start? Eston, I know you're in love with this song, to my pleasant surprise. How do you feel about it coming in number 2?
She is the chair.
The sofa.
So,
Sofa, yeah, sorry. Well, the second spot is not the best, as we know, but I think it'll do okay. Nothing groundbreaking. I think it probably didn't do great in the semi, seeing the running order, but yeah, personally, I like it. The staging could have been a bit better. They could have had the sofa, but yeah, well, she can be the sofa herself, as we know.
Exactly, yeah.
yeah,
You know what, Eston? You'll be happy to know that both my parents voted for Portugal in the semifinal.
Really?
Yeah, both of them actually.
Your parents
wow.
have taste.
Yeah, my mom is in love with this song, and I thought it was one of the best performances of semifinal one. Like, when I said she is the sofa, I was like making a joke, but she actually is the sofa. I mean, she performed amazing.
It really was, yeah.
Go.
But when we had our voting in the watch party among 20-ish people,
Mhm.
there was only one country in semifinal one that got no votes. No person had it in their top 3, and it was Portugal.
Yeah, I can get it, though. I think this will be popular in Southern Europe. But the Italians, I know, really like this style. We're actually fans of Portugal in general. We think it's an amazing country here. So this Portuguese flavor that she has is going to resonate with our public. Not so much with Northern Europe, maybe, where Portugal is a lesser known culture, let's say. But I do think that it will do okay. They can be happy with being in the final. And Mimikat is bringing a lot of energy and color to this show. So I don't think she will be forgotten even from spot 2.
Absolutely.
don't
I
think
mean,
so.
to be fair, we have had worse running orders. If we have to talk about the running order in general, I think the EPU did what they could. It's a pity that most of my favorites came in first half, and not because we didn't have winners coming in first half, but it's, we need to have a flow, and obviously some of the good songs will have to come in earlier. So Portugal, I guess, is one of the victims. However, again, the EPU tends to be very unoriginal when it comes to running order. So you can see the same patterns year on year. And when I look at why Portugal came in the second spot, I think it's a safe televote hit, something like Romania last year. Israel did well in 2021, and I think they were third in the running order. The juries won't be voting for this, I think. I don't think Portugal is coming in the top 20 of the jury, which is a shame because this song is excellent. And I think it will
The
come.
vocals are excellent.
The vocals, damn.
Yeah.
She's perfect.
Mimikat is the prop. She is excellent. I don't want to say so far, but she's carrying this performance.
She has stage presence.
Yeah, she's carrying this performance with zero budget. There's a point, like during the breakdown of the song, the dancers move aside, and she just grabs her skirt, and she's like, it's so beautiful. It's so characteristic, and there's so much personality in this. And I think this will get like 60 points from the televote.
Yeah,
and
that's not too bad.
Yeah, something from the jury, enough to put it like 15th to 18th, somewhere like that. I'm
But you know
hoping
what?
for as much as possible, but I don't know how the juries are going to react to this.
Talking about the running order, actually, I don't think that putting this second was a good idea. I think that it will flow much better if instead of Italy or Estonia, there will be Portugal. So second spot to Italy, because I don't like our song. And then Portugal like 12th and Estonia 11th, actually. This will flow much better, in my opinion. I don't get why they put Italy and then Estonia, It's kind of just see like two ballads back to back, especially with all these high energy performances at the beginning. It's probably because they expect Italy to do well, I guess, and Estonia is, I don't know, getting a little favor because they like her. I don't know, but I don't get that choice. But no running order is perfect.
Well, we've had like 4 ballads in a row as well, so 2 is not. Well,
Yeah,
we
that's
have
the other
three.
choice.
Albania is kind of a ballad as well.
But it's ethnic, so
On which
we kind of
planet?
see it differently. It's a dramatic
I don't see
song. It's an
Albania as a
ethnobop.
ballad at all. Yeah. Moving on.
It's a Balkan ballad.
Switzerland or Albania?
No, Switzerland. No.
Switzerland. Becca,
Switzerland.
give
Coming
us
at
your
number 3.
comments. I want to hear Becca.
I mean, I really like the song. I mean, on Tuesday, what is it, Tuesday? I mean, compared to when I was watching it again, I actually like this performance, and I think having the 3rd place in the running order, I think it's quite good for Switzerland. But then, like in the whole, I think maybe they come maybe around what, maybe 14th, 15th, I guess.
But you have to consider the juries.
Yeah, then there's that. But I don't think Switzerland will do that bad. I think.
You know what?
Yeah, somehow I like the performance. I really liked it. So,
But you know what? I used to think that they will get like 0 from the televote, but seeing how well it's doing on Spotify,
really?
then I think that, yeah, it was 8th after the semifinal on the day after.
wow.
So that was surprising. So I feel like it somehow mysteriously resonated with a lot of people. So it will be getting some points, not many, like maybe like 20, because it's so early in the running order and it's not the most memorable song.
No, it's not.
But it won't be a disaster. And I do think that the juries are going to vote for this because it's very, very generic and mellow and just what the juries will vote for. It's jury bait.
Yeah, I like the song. I really like the song. I really like the performance. It was a deserved qualifier. I'm really happy that Switzerland is in the final. It will not do great. I think like 20th position probably. The juries have lots of other songs that they could vote for, like Italy, Estonia, Sweden, etc. So Switzerland will get their share of points, but nothing too shiny.
I don't see a place for this in the final. Like if there was one song that I could do without in this final, it would be Switzerland for me. I would take Latvia or Malta from that semi-final any day over Switzerland. Yes, Romy, I agree with you that Switzerland is so boring. But I can understand why it made the final. I think in semi-final 1, even though it was a bloodbath, there was not much balance for the ballad lovers. It was literally Switzerland versus the Netherlands, and people picked up the phone for Switzerland if they wanted the ballad. And also, I think they resonated with the whole war motif of the song. The staging was very,
Plus, it came after the crazy Croatia. So
yeah, it might have
good
helped.
contrast.
So I think that was enough to push Switzerland maybe in 9th or 10th place in the semi-final. Now there are many more ballads where both the juries and the televoters can choose from. So I don't expect Switzerland's success to be so much replicated. But I said this thing last year. I said, we can't all have Poland, Australia, Belgium, and Switzerland all in the jury's top half, and they did come in the jury's top half.
Well, not Poland.
So I don't know what's going to happen here. I unfortunately I don't think this is coming last. I expect like 60 points from the jury and a single-digit score from the televote. Beba.
Oh
it's
god, this song.
Kinda crazy.
She's totally coming bottom 5. She's totally coming bottom 5, but I'm so happy that she's in the final.
I hope so.
You know what? Those Jen stands made 2 months hating on her and convincing everyone that she was not qualifying, that everybody hated her in Poland, and now she's breaking records. She was the fastest to hit 1 million views on YouTube from the semifinal. She is consistently in the top 5 in the streaming chart. She's now number 1 on Spotify Poland. The country completely switched like a Nikki on her. First they hate you, then they love you. Yeah, they switch. You see? And I don't expect this, and yesterday, by the way, all the comments on her the jury rehearsal were positive. She hit all the notes. Not that it's a hard song to sing, but she sang well for what the song warrants. And I don't think that it will be a disaster in the jury vote. I think she will get her 40 points from the juries, her 40 points from the televote, and she can be happy with it. This is coming like 20th, but with honors, and it's going to be a hit, and that's what's important. It's also #1 in Bulgaria, by the way, and she's half Bulgarian.
It's not going to get 40 jury points.
No, I don't think.
You never know. I think she will get 12 points from San Marino jury. They have an agreement with Poland.
I mean,
If we get
seeing
San
the
Marino
live
jury,
performance.
Last year we didn't
we
get
didn't
it
get
right.
the San Marino jury last year, so.
But you know how juries tend to vote randomly, so you never know what happens.
You were
Like,
going to say
it's-
something, Eston.
Yeah, say so.
Yeah, just like seeing the live performance, it was, of course, going to go through to the final, I think. Okay, the negativity was connected to the drama, but it was also connected to the horrific vocals she had in the national performance. This was a lot better in every way. Poland used a lot of effects, as we are used to by now. And yeah, in the final, it will not break any more records, but it will do fine.
I'll be happy just with this being in the final, so I can already call myself satisfied. I've been saying it since day one, this is going to be in the final. Nobody believed me. Well, now reality speaks otherwise.
Well, I believed you. Yeah, the performance did what it had to do, I think. This was giving warm weather. It was well executed, and it also didn't come across as too much, which is what many people were worried about. The dance break
It was good.
came out well. It was in like two parts. First it was her, and then it was her and the dancers. Excellent camera work. This was well done. Poland did what they had to do to get to the final, and it worked. But the story stops here. I'm expecting a very low jury vote, and I'm not expecting many televotes. Although they do, in the semifinal they had their friends. They had Ukraine, they had Lithuania, and I guess the friend list is unrestricted in the final. So maybe Poland will get something, yeah, but this is probably bottom 5 for me.
Yeah, especially, I mean, it stood out in the second semi. There weren't maybe too many similar songs to this, like this pop with dance breaks. But now Poland is 4th. We have Israel coming 23rd, and that's going to steal all of those.
Yeah.
This
Also,
had
it's a good
an
point you made about
amazing
the semi-final running order, because it did come after a really dire run of songs.
Yeah,
and it did stand out. That helped it a lot.
But now she's between two snoozes again. She's between Switzerland and Serbia. So this is a good running
coming
order.
much earlier.
She is early, but she's between two songs that will make her stand out once again. You have Switzerland belting out. You have Serbia trying to do something. And then you have her just being chill and unbothered and shaking her ass.
She's going solo.
She is going solo indeed. Speaking of Serbia, they are coming next. Not a great running order for Serbia, but I don't know about you guys, but I am also expecting Serbia to not really do well.
Oh yeah, they're going to be
Do you
last in
think?
the jury, in my opinion.
Yeah?
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
This is my bold
I think-
guess. He can't sing. He has no charisma. He tries way too hard on stage. And I think that without Croatia and Switzerland's automatic televoting points in the semifinal, this wouldn't have qualified. Just like Secret last year. It's trying too hard. And actually, the Italian press reviews on this were terrible. They were saying that this was trying to be a lot of iconic things, but it was, in the end, it was none of them. As we say in Italy, this was neither fish nor meat. It was nothing. And I can only agree with those reviews. The performance made me uncomfortable from how hard he was trying. And he's 31, like, damn. Oh.
It wasn't...
Yeah, go.
It wasn't terrible, but I actually liked the national final performance a lot more. He was more charismatic. He had a lot more energy. In the semi, he was kind of emotionless, and there was nothing coming of him. So,
I know
yeah,
he points out all the effects that he uses, but he also uses a lot of effects. They all make fun of Poland, but this one was full of them as well.
Well, suitably, they are right next to each other.
I always liked this song, and I always have a bit of a soft spot for Serbia. But I actually didn't mind the performance. I think it was better than the national final because, first of all, there was an audience. But we have to keep in mind as well that Luke Black is not thinking clearly here because there is a national tragedy being mourned in Serbia right now. So
Really?
I'm pretty sure that is affecting, the shooting in Belgrade.
Come on,
I'm pretty sure that is affecting.
I didn't even know about it.
I'm
There was
pretty
a
sure
mass
it's
shooting
affecting.
in school.
Oh,
Yeah,
It
okay.
was in a
It's-
school.
yeah.
Oh, this.
So what I'm saying is I'm pretty sure it's affecting their mindset going into the performance. It adds a lot of pressure, and it came as a surprise. They weren't going into Eurovision expecting this. So as much as it can happen to anyone else, it does affect. We have to keep it in mind. But with that aside, I think it's just not Serbia's year. I'm not expecting this to enter the top 10. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't make the top 20 either. Juries won this country. I don't think it will come last because for some reason I think there is another country that will come last in the jury with very little points. But yeah, it's not Serbia's turn. How about that, Becca?
Okay, so this is alleged my home country, but I have to say, I was disappointed by Luke Black's performance on Tuesday. I thought that the national final was definitely better than this one. Like I was even watching it, and like sometimes you wouldn't even hear him sing. Like even the words that he was saying, I was like, what the hell is he saying? Regard even when it comes to energy, he didn't have that much energy on stage. I mean, at a point, he was taking one of the pipes out of the dancers and it got stuck and he couldn't kind of remove it. I don't know if you guys saw it. And I was like, what? Anyway, it's just, I don't think like Serbia's going to do well this year. I think it's going to come maybe around 21, 22. Yeah. I guess President will always be better.
I agree. I think Presidente would have had a more
Definitely.
We all agree.
conversation about Serbia. Hello to Osman from Turkey.
Hi,
Wishing
Osman.
Turkey back in next year's
Hello,
Eurovision. We're getting
Turkey.
Luxembourg back apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's confirmed. Yeah, I think
Fantastic.
they're going to be like San Marino, to like not trying too hard. But I'm happy that they're in. That's what having a gay prime minister does to you. You're back in Eurovision. Congratulations. to them.
I'm waiting to hear that Georgia's gonna leave the Eurovision. I'm really thinking that they're gonna leave.
Georgia?
No,
Yeah.
No, I don't think
they're
so.
not gonna leave.
They wouldn't.
They're not
They
gonna
will
leave.
keep trying. They have fun. They have good audiences, so they have no reason to
I
leave.
hope so. I hope they don't leave. I'm
Well, I
really
hope so
sad
they
that Georgia
stay,
didn't make it.
You know who might be leaving? Romania. Romania might be leaving, like for a couple of years. Nobody watches the national TV there. Unfortunately, though, because they're such a good music industry. But oh well.
Let's hope we don't get anyone who leaves. But yeah, we'll have this conversation better. I think tomorrow after we see the full results. First Big Five country, France is coming up at number 6. I'm going to start with Becca.
Lazar? What? 6th place. I mean, she does have not game, but she does have a powerful voice, so I think maybe that would help. But 6th place in the running order is not really that great. And I mean, like, better songs are coming along the way, and like we still have around 20 songs to be heard. So, but I really want France to do well. I never thought I'm gonna say that, but I really want France to do well. I mean, I think maybe she'll come around. What I'm aiming a bit to high, maybe I don't know, 13th place, 16th. I don't know.
That's too high.
Am I aiming
Really?
too high? I don't know. I don't know.
You
Am I
guys
aiming
think
too
this
high?
line's so low?
No.
I mean, because I mean, I love France, but then compared to the other songs, maybe they prefer giving the votes, you know, to the other songs than to France. So I'm just assuming maybe 13 would be a good place. If it comes higher, then I'm definitely for it. But I'm just
Plus,
saying.
I
the
think
vocals weren't
I
good in the rehearsals.
Mhm.
Maybe she
Mhm.
was holding back. Maybe it will be better. But from what we've heard so far, it was not great live. I think the staging is okay. They have some very good ideas that are maybe executed as good as they could have been. Yeah, this is dropping in the odds as well, and 10th to 15th maybe is about right.
I don't know. Like the vocals for me, like when someone is holding back, you just know it's not their best performance. But I do think she was definitely holding back. But the big note was off in the performance of the semifinal.
That was bad.
It was
That was bad.
off. So maybe that she couldn't hear herself in the thing, but we gotta sort that out because I don't know. Also, the staging didn't come together as much as I would have liked it to. Ultimately, I think the song will still get the votes from the people that love the song. I don't think the staging is going to matter for those who have France as their number one because there's nothing like this. But I don't think it's going to explore new demographics. And for that reason, maybe if before we were thinking top 5 pushing on to top 3, I think now we're looking at more, I think bottom half of the top 10 is
Yeah.
still likely.
Yeah, plus, like the jury isn't gonna love this either if she doesn't hit the notes. Shame. There was a lot of potential.
There was. But the juries loved Belgium last year, and those vocals weren't great. So I don't know. Like I'm never here for the conversation of the juries reward vocals because if they were music industry professionals, they would. But they are not music industry professionals.
And
So
it's not the only factor anyway. There are other factors than vocals.
yeah. Marco asks us about Portugal, who we have already talked about. Do you think Portugal can be a surprise top 5 this year, or will it be like Moldova 2022? I mean, the audience looked really loud. I would love that, but I think it's a bit too ambitious a prediction.
It is, yeah. I think Portugal will come like 18th, and that will be a very good result anyway. They deserve a better running order, but... Huh?
Yeah. I still think Portugal is probably going to achieve their worst result in the last 3 years, but they're going to have their best vote result in the last 3 years. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see tonight.
We will see tonight, but they didn't do great with the televote last year or the year before, and they came 9th and 12th, so it was pushing a lot with the juries. This year, I think it's the opposite, and they'll probably, hopefully, get something. Moving on to Cyprus, a surprise qualifier for our female panelists on this live stream. Eston, we didn't hear your thoughts on this for semi-final 2, so what are you thinking for Cyprus?
It's a good pop radio-friendly song with a decent staging and good vocals, and that's it. Pretty much. I mean, it will... I have no idea how it's going to do, but probably, I don't know, 19th, 20th, 21st, around that area. Decent points from both the jury and the televote, but nothing special. This will just be there.
Yeah, I agree
completely.
It's just there. I think it will get 12 points from Greece, televote, 12 points from the Australian televote if they don't find anything better. And that will be it. That will literally be it. This is not memorable. The performance is very empty. As you said, it's just there. He sings well, but it's kind of forced. And I don't think this conveys any emotions that will make the song, stand out enough for anyone to vote for it in the final. It will just be forgotten about. And I think it will be outside of the top 20 for Cyprus this year.
I'm thinking the same. I think it did what it needed to do to get out of the semi-final. Potentially, it could have capitalized on Greece's failure because maybe, many Greeks outside of Greece just voted for Cyprus instead of that horrible Greek song, which I'm so happy didn't qualify, just saying.
It was terrible.
And yeah, that was bad.
It wasn't terrible. It was okay. It was okay.
The performance was yucky.
I think he just should go work in a zoo or go for a safari.
He did look like a scout, right?
He did.
Cyprus.
Yeah.
Cyprus in the final. This looks like it didn't do incredibly well in the semi-final to me because they put it right between two of the favorites. So I think it's being used to pad out the very stacked semi-final one. I don't expect a top 20 for Cyprus, but we know they're not starting from zero. So this could climb into 18th. But I don't think the televote is going to be huge. And I also don't think the jury will be incredible either. And I will say, this is the moment of the year where there is so many backing vocals padding out and Lambrew. Not saying he can't sing, but there is so much, for lack of a better word, cheating going on here. And the jury don't appreciate that. Think of Matahari, think of Natalia Gordienko, think of, what's her name last year, Pia Maria, which wasn't even good vocally, but pre-recorded backing and all of the padding is not appreciated by the jury. So I'm not expecting Cyprus to get a huge jury score here.
No.
Moving on to Spain.
This will be interesting.
Of course.
Sean, you can start.
I think Spain starts the most beautiful segment of the final for me. From Spain until Czechia, I think we have a fantastic lineup. I don't think I should start, but maybe we can get you, Becca, because you weren't here when we last discussed Spain. So go on.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, personally, the first time I heard this song, I was like, what the hell is this song? But then, as I started to go along, I mean, I did actually start to like the song. But by the end of it, there's too much screaming for me, and I get tired to hear it. But she does have a unique talent, because for one to sing that kind of song, it has to be a unique, specific talent. I do want Spain to do well, though. So I'm hoping that maybe people actually like the song and not get too tired of hearing like the way sometimes I get, because sometimes the screaming towards the end tends to be a bit too much. But I think I want to just
point this out, guys. Let's just be careful how we use the word screaming, because
sorry,
there is a lot of sensitivity.
Somebody might get offended. Yeah.
There is a lot of sensitivity about this, and I can see why. Because
I don't know the technical word.
This flamenco originates from the cries of the protests in the olden days. So let's be careful about how we use the word screaming. Okay.
Okay, but Sean, put yourself in the place of somebody who is not Spanish, Eurovision watcher who sees that, hears that. What are they going to think? That it's screaming. I mean, what else are they going to think about? And Becca is not Spanish.
I don't know the technical word, so if there's a technical word, I would like to learn it and use it. Is there a technical word instead of screaming? Is there?
Maybe it can be conceived as being grating on the ear, but let's be a little bit more mindful.
Okay, it's grating on the ear, so I won't use the word screaming.
And that's exactly why I don't think they will be successful with the public. Because most people, it's not even divisive. Most people are divisive. Yeah, divisive. Most people are going to think wow. I mean, no. They're going to be like, they're going to remember last year's Spanish performance, the JLo Latina vibes, and then now we
Yeah.
get this, and it's going. I think most people will think this is a huge downgrade, and I don't think this will do well at all in the public vote for this reason. I don't think that the juries will reward it too much either. I still expect more than 100 points from it. I expect from some appreciation from certain parts of Europe, but when it comes to the public, this will not be a favorite, definitely. So I don't really get the craze for it. It's probably just Spanish fans gaslighting.
Eston.
Yeah,
But the
I
Spanish,
agree with everything that has been said, and it definitely sounds like the S word, which you don't want to say so much. You all know that I hate the song, so I'm not going to explore that. I'm just going to say that the performance visually is great. They're doing a great job on the stage, but Europe will not get this. Especially the more north you go, there will be no people that vote for this. If it will definitely not make the top five, and maybe even it would finish outside the top 10. I would not be surprised at
Yeah, I
all.
predict that. I predict out of the
So
top
yeah,
10.
10th to 15th
Mhm.
probably is realistic. It will stand out. The juries could appreciate the vocal, well, capacity. She can sing, but she just doesn't use her voice in a pleasant way. I mean, I would love her as a performer if she would sing a song like Bridges. She has a great voice, but this, no. Sean,
Okay. Obviously, I disagree with all of you, but that's not a problem because I am the master of defending Spain this year. To anyone that doesn't know, this is my number one of the year. This is my favorite song of the year. I want to split up, my love for it from my predictions. First of all, I want to say hi to all of the Spanish people that just joined the stream right now and take this opportunity to subscribe to my content because I do love Spain. Mis amigos españoles, te quiero mucho, te lo juro. So I'm forever.
I
gonna be
want to
defending this.
apologize to all the Spaniards if I don't know the technical word for using the word.
It's
And I would
fine,
like to
we
add,
still love
yo voy a la escuela y yo como el queso. I also speak Spanish.
So-
See, Sean?
And what did you just say?
I don't know. We're just being clowns here. Okay, let's get back to
You are
seriousness.
taking away my ability to defend Spain. Please let me defend Blanca Paloma.
Last year, you were not defending them very much.
No, you
because I
weren't.
talk about the song. I'm not biased about the country. And what
That's
the
right.
first thing I disagree with is I don't think people come to Eurovision to think about. I don't think people will be comparing this to last year. I take your point to what people expect from such a rich cultural country like Spain. So maybe
And iconic.
that might come into it. Maybe that might come into it. But let's look at the results we've had so far in the semis. The televote has largely appreciated every ethnic song there is, every song that is representative of a musical culture, and every song that is sung in a native language. We
There
have
were two songs like
11
that.
qualifiers, all of them, Czechia, Moldova, Portugal, Albania, all of the songs that have been representing a musical culture of a country have made it to the final. And
But
the
we
11
don't
songs
know
that didn't
at
get
what
in-
extent.
the 11
Maybe
and
they can-
also
that we didn't
ethnic
get-
songs are very different.
Mhm.
There are so many different cultures and sounds,
Yeah.
and this is not the
Okay.
sound that people
Yeah,
will
this
go
is not
Forget the word
ethnic,
ethnic.
usually.
Of course, it's ethnic, but let's not use
And
the word
when you
ethnic.
talk
We can
about-
agree that it is representative of the musical culture of the country. Flamenco is a folklore in Spain, which, even
It
though
is.
maybe people might not expect it at Eurovision, because
So
we have
is it flamenco or is it not
People are
flamenco?
generally
There's
aware of
both
it.
But
versions.
Sean, nobody associates flamenco with this. That's the issue. I mean, when people think about flamenco, they think about something completely different.
What
They
do
think
you
of
know
flamenco
about
from the
what
national
everyone
final.
knows about flamenco associations? Like,
Flamenco is known all
How do
over
we
the
know?
world. I mean, it's usually a girl with long black hair and a red dress
With cha cha
dancing
cha.
around. Yeah, with these things, the knuckles. Yeah, with the
You know
knuckles.
what we
I
should
don't think
do?
people are that
We should just
one
move to
narrow-minded.
another country.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna do my defenses. I haven't even started.
Let's skip Spain and go to the next one.
Okay, let Sean
Secondly,
take the defense, and then we'll move on finally.
yeah, please. Secondly, I do think that we have gotten all the non-qualifiers we got were largely songs that are not representing a musical culture. They were all in English except Romania, which was half-half. So I genuinely think the televote is coming for the songs that represent the country they see at the bottom of the screen. So for that reason, I don't think this is going to tank in the televote as much as you guys think. Now, where I'm nervous for it is, yes, the voices tend to get a little grating on the ear. Even though I love it, I can acknowledge that might be a little bit too much. Most people I've made, I've told them about the song. Most of them, they do get this too much kind of vibe. But here's where my prediction comes in. I think the jury needs to appreciate this because it's the best vocal of the year. She's consistent. She's cohesive. The staging, juries do reward staging, and the staging here is one of the best staging products we have this year. They haven't touched anything from the dorm. It's perfection. But I'm always nervous about how the juries reward ethnic songs or whatever. We can't use the word ethnic. Musically representative songs of a culture. So this for me could go from either first place to outside of the top 10 in the jury. I don't know how it's going to go. Televote wise, I don't think it's going to come inside the top 3 of the televote, but I do think it has a place in the top 10. Depending on how the jury is going to react, I still see a world where Spain could come inside of the top 3. I don't think we're talking winner anymore because Sweden and Finland seem to be storming the winners conversation. But genuinely, I think Spain at least deserves a place into the top 3, personally. Should we move on to Sweden, or does anyone want to make any final comment?
No.
Let's move on to Sweden. And everyone knows about Sweden, so next.
No, come on.
Yeah.
What about
This
Sweden?
is going to win. It has an excellent running order, and I mean, coming after Spain, before Albania, it's an excellent spot. It will get a lot of televote love, and it will win.
You know what, Aston? I think that they are overhyping this, like the bookies, in a way that it's not the runaway winner that they expect it to be. I think it will be the winner, but more like Duncan was. So, Romy is agreeing with me so much today. I wonder who that is. But I feel like, for example, take the semifinal YouTube views. Spain was the 4th one to hit 1 million after Israel, after Croatia, which was the first actually, and after Finland. So there is not all that hype for it. I feel like she will do as well as Cornelia last year in the televote, but she will surely win the jury vote. And I feel like this year the juries will decide who wins because the televote favorites are going to be tanked by the jury. So yeah, she's winning. The performance is great, but at the same time, I don't think that she has winner vibes because the winner is always something that really stands out. And ultimately, this is an outdated dance pop song. Like many others that we've heard, there's nothing really special about this that screams Eurovision winner. It's just a generic Swedish production, and it would be a quite overwhelming winner, but it seems like this has been set in stone for months, so we can just run with that.
Becca.
Sweden. I don't want her to win. No. She can come second. She can come third. I don't care. But I don't want her to win. I mean, she has already won with Euphoria. Good for her. It was a good song. Actually, it was a fantastic song. But I don't want her to win. I mean, she has a good running. 9th, so she's in between two good countries. but I don't want her to win. No.
Do you think it will win?
Yes.
You see, but this is the wrong mindset to have. Like, we've already resigned ourselves that she's winning.
Finland to win. I mean, to be fair.
But Finland is the winner of this year, whatever happens. Finland
Well,
is
I
the
hope
winner
so.
of this year, and not the true winner, but
The
winner.
moral
The
winner.
winner in our hearts.
Yes,
The winner
Yes.
of hearts, yeah.
the public winner.
I'm gonna break the mold here. I'm not saying Sweden won't win, but I'm probably the least decisive one out of the four of us. I don't think this is a comfortable win if it wins. There is not
For all that is
a
holy.
strong enough. Yeah, there is not a strong enough resistance from the establishment of Eurovision, in my opinion, against Finland winning. You know, and when I talk about it, I mean, you know, who's going to host next year? Is it going to be, you know, a song that transcends Eurovision into the right direction? I don't think this is good for Eurovision if Sweden wins. We've
Absolutely.
talked about, you know, next year, if Sweden wins, delegations are going to get the wrong example, and we're going to go back, not everyone, but we're going to go back to a world where Swedish composers are going to completely take over the national finals. We're going to go back to a lot of generic songs. And I don't think that is the direction that Eurovision deserves to travel towards, especially in a year where we have finally achieved the semifinals to be 100% televote. And out of that, I do think we have a really, really strong final. Even though I would have preferred Georgia over Poland and Malta over Switzerland, I think are largely fair, and you know, because the televote decided the finalists, we have a very, very strong final. So I think Sweden will take away what we have built this year if they won. But
did you know?
It's definitely possible. The bookies are really, really dead set on
Yeah.
this. I have never hoped for the bookies to be more wrong than I hope now, or maybe I did last year with Ukraine. I don't know, but literally. There are 24 countries I would like to see win. The 25th is Sweden, and the 26th is Ukraine.
But Sean, did you know that Martin Osterdahl in an interview actually said that he had considered making the final 100% televote again? He must be saying, thank God that I didn't. Because now he's on Sweden, is probably winning. But as I told you, I don't think this will remotely win the televote. There will be two or three more countries that will be higher than it. And it's actually a bummer that Sweden, for the second time, is going to be the only country where they won the jury vote, but not the televote, and they won overall. Because Ukraine and the Netherlands didn't win the jury vote. Sweden, with Heroes, did. And Sweden was 70 points below the televote winner that year. And it's kind of a bummer because this year I feel like it's going to be exactly the same. So, yeah. And as you said, this song is not putting the Eurovision on the right track. It's nothing innovative. It's something we've heard before many times. Even on Ava Max's album, there's a song about a guy sticking like a tattoo to her skin. And I'm talking about Ava Max. So that's the level. Much love to her, but that's the level.
Moving on from Sweden, I think it would be a really good direction if Albania won Eurovision. But I'm probably alone in thinking that.
It will win, but counting from the other side.
Nah.
You think this is coming last?
I think it could potentially be last, but I think it's definitely the bottom five. There should be no doubt. Yes, definitely.
Oh.
For sure.
Why bottom five?
You disagree?
Of course I disagree. Sorry.
I don't hate the song, but I just don't find it exciting or remarkable in any way. I mean, yeah, you're in Eurovision with your family, good luck, but seeing the running order as well, it's sandwiched between so many more impactful and better songs. So I don't see a lot of public love. Definitely, I don't see any jury love here. Bottom 5.
I actually agree, Eston. This is not going to get any jury love. This is a candidate for last place for the jury for me. But in the televote, just like Serbia, it will do decently enough. It will get points from Italy, Switzerland, Greece, and that's it. So yeah, I don't think this will do very well. I agree, it's a bottom 5, not last place though. But they can be happy because they were the only country that qualified while being out of the Boogie's top 10. They didn't believe in her. She did it anyway. So they can be happy.
Yeah.
Becca, you love this. How do you
Yeah, I
think it's gonna
do. Honestly, I think maybe either between 11th place to like 20th place, like on that range. I don't know. I think it will do well. I think. Yeah. I mean, I feel that being it's such a specific ethnic song, especially being with their family, with her family, I think it has something that no other entries have. Like, like I think it makes it very, very, very unique. So I really, really want them to do well. So you go, Albania.
Bravo, Becca. Bravo,
Thank
Becca.
you.
You know what? I should have come to this live stream with some face painting on my face, like a Spanish flag over here and an Albanian one over here, just so that people can get the right idea. I agree with Giorgio, though. I think this is not going to do well in the juries because the jury vote, needs ear, like audio devices to make them hear songs because, well, the juries, they don't listen to the songs, do they? They don't vote on the songs, do they?
Yeah.
How objective am I being? No, but these music industry unprofessionals, they don't reward these kinds of songs, so I'm not expecting Albania to do well in the jury. However, in the televote, I'm expecting a really, really, really good score.
Really?
The thing about Albania as well is, yes, I'm expecting, really good. I'm talking, 60 to 70 points.
Oh, okay. I'm expecting like 40.
That's not impossible.
Maximum.
But we have to think. The rest of the world vote is going to give something to this because those Kosovars are going to be picking the phone and voting. Albania never starts from zero, even with the jury. They don't have Macedonia. It's true this year. There is Greece. There is, the Balkans. Maybe not Serbia, but they do give this some love usually. So even though I don't think they're going to do incredibly with the juries, they're not starting from zero. I am hoping that Albania can finish between 15th to 20th. I think it would be really good. I would be good with that. But obviously, if this wants to come second, be my guest. I don't think that's a reality, but be my guest. Just before we move on to Italy, I'm gonna pop up some of these comments. Good luck to all from the UK rooting for Aya. Aya, her voice is just the best this year. Yes, sir. Winner Poland, Blanca, yes. Some stuff in Polish.
I'm going to read it. 100 całe świat uratuje Zwietowzystos beres dums okes Eurovisios.
Me too.
Me too.
People vote for the act they like to see again, and I think that's Finland or Israel.
Finland. But I think there will be another televote winner. We will get to it later.
Yeah. Finland for the victory, greetings from Estonia. Well.
Oh.
Tere, tere, vanagere.
Hello.
Tere, tere.
Tere, tere. I don't understand why Israel gets to participate, keeping in mind the Palestine issue. Angel Knox, I cannot agree with you more on that. We lost Russia due to the same scenarios, but, let's keep the politics out of it.
Can I actually keep the politics in for a second? Because Israel is bullied by its neighbors, and they are closer to Europe, actually, culturally. So why wouldn't they participate? I mean, they belong with us. And they're not the only warmongering country in the world, in Europe, actually, that participates. Are we going to expel France as well because of what they do in Africa? I don't think so. Let's be consistent. Yeah, we will get to Israel and praise it.
Italy, you speak. Giorgio.
Me? Oh.
Yeah.
This is jury bait. As we already said in the previous live stream, it's exactly what people expect from Italy. An attractive, dark-haired man with a ballad and a good voice and sentimental song that nobody understands the lyrics to, but the language is pleasant, so who cares? I think this will be a jury success, maybe even in the top 3 of the jury. I think that the telebot will give it a cute 80-something points, and it will be in the lower top 10, just like he was 10 years ago. And we can be satisfied with it. But, of course, we had much better choices at Sanremo, but we won't keep digging that out. What do you guys think on your hand?
Who did you want to win from Sanremo?
My favorite was Madame, but I think that the most suitable would have been Lazza. Oh, great taste.
I didn't like Lazza's song. I preferred Madame.
I prefer it too, but Lazza has very good energy on stage, so.
Fair enough. I didn't.
But well, we have this, and I think this will do decently enough for us. It just won't show
like
anything new.
He has a good voice. I don't get the staging. Why do they need some bouncing guys in the background? It's distracting. They should just scrap that. You don't need that. He is enough. Just it takes away from the intimate feeling and his great vocals and his stage presence. And it's when I saw that, okay, yeah, you're gonna bounce once, you're gonna dance then, or no, they just keep bouncing and why? But it's still gonna do well.
I agree. I'm completely with you, Eston, on the staging. I like his outfit. I like the vibe, but that trampoline stuff needs to go. It's too distracting. It looks too much
remove that
like
and
Italy.
100 times better.
Yeah, it looks too much like Italy is actually trying to, okay, let's not have no staging. Let's actually try to do something for Eurovision. But
we had the same mindset with Mahmoud, actually, with Soldi. I mean, everybody was criticizing the staging, but at the end, he still came second. It could have been better.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think it's going to affect the result.
But that staging made sense. This staging makes no sense.
No sense. It could have just been him with his shiny shirt just singing and belting out, but oh well.
They were just trying too hard.
Lower top 10 it is, and just because people like our language in our country, otherwise nobody will vote for this.
Yeah. I agree with what you guys said, obviously. I'm not sure if the jury is going to get behind this as much as you are saying, because it should. Like, it's definitely a song that should get inside the top 5 of the jury. But let's bear in mind, these are not music industry professionals, meaning some of these juries were there in Turin last year and they were not happy. So they, out of pure spite, are not going to put Italy in their top 5 just because of how strongly they feel about the production last year in Italy. Which
nobody remembers that.
No, I think they will. I think these mainstream media people, unprofessionals, will take it out on Italy for last year. Unfortunately, I'm not saying it's right, but that might take away a top 5 spot in the jury for it.
That would be a dumb reason not to vote for a country, though. I mean,
I'm
voting for you because I didn't like your production.
It is.
I mean, hello, this year's stage is also very cheap.
Dumb reasons in jury votes.
Okay, but they never give any reasons, so we never know.
Yeah.
But this year, at least, the turning background works.
Yeah, it works, but I think it's actually a very lame stage. Like, most of the performances looked better in the national finals than now. Like, most of the performances are a downgrade this year. Starting from Loreen, who is, I think, the one who adapted her performance the best to Eurovision stage. But the others, like, even Alika, hers was much better at Eesti Laul, in my opinion, visually.
No.
The dress was better.
The stage was way smaller, and I like that there's movement now. There's something going on. It doesn't get boring.
That's an intimate
like
song,
the changes
though.
that she made.
Should we just switch to Estonia while we're at it?
Yeah. Go Eston.
I hope for 2 things. I hope we will be in the top 15 and that we will beat Lithuania. Then I'm happy. Well, Lithuania has a great running order. but Estonia, I mean, I'm worried about the televote a bit. Finland will come right after us, and we will have another ballot that potentially could be more popular right before us. So that's not ideal. We are in the late part of the first half, but yeah, I'm worried about the public vote. But I really hope that the jury will appreciate the amazing vocals and the stage presence and the production. It's simple, but it's very effective. And if this isn't like top 6, top 5 in the jury, I will be mad.
I think this will be high in the jury, actually. Nothing to worry about. I mean, there's no reason not to reward this as a juror. And even though Sean says that they're not professionals, and that's true, they will still vote based on what is expected from a jury to win. A juror hears this song, hears the lyrics, which are very well written, hears the vocals. They're going to be like, okay, I'm obliged to vote for this, basically. So I do expect a top 10 in the jury. And if the jury score is strong enough, then even a top 10 overall. I don't expect the televote score to be stellar, but I also expect a cute result for this. And one thing I don't like about it, is there's too much drama in her hand movements. Those are not needed, in my opinions. We were discussing it before.
There's a lot more hand movement in Eesti Laul, though.
Yeah, but those felt more natural for some reason. You know, maybe she was a bit nervous, and tonight she will be more relaxed because she's in the final. We will see.
She was confident. I feel like I saw a confident Alika hitting all the notes, having a great performance. I think the staging is very suitable. They made changes that were needed to keep it moving, keep it flowing, keep it interesting. The staging is a lot better than Italy. Maybe that will play an effect in our favor. Who knows? But yeah. Sean.
Becca?
Who's gonna talk? Sean or me?
Becca, let's go.
Becca, let's go. I like Estonia. I like the staging. I even like the way she's dressed and even the movements that there are. I know not everyone is a big fan of those movements, but honestly, I don't like when there's a ballad and they're just standing still and just singing. So it's nice to have some little bit of movement, not too much. But overall, very happy that Estonia is through to the final, and I think she will make it maybe around the 7th or 8th place, and I think that's a good spot for Estonia. So,
that would be excellent. Would be excellent.
Yes, I think would be.
Yeah, there's a lot. First of all, along with my reaction for Albania qualifying, my reaction to Estonia qualifying was priceless because I was really worried for it. I'm not counting Spain as a ballad, but this is my favorite ballad of the year. I agree with Giorgio wholeheartedly about the staging. This is really overcooked for me. I much preferred the national final performance. First of all, for these kinds of songs, I am always in favor of the microphone stand because you want people to be focused on the artist. I don't mind the hand movement, but you want people to be focused on the artists. And I really missed the part where she goes, of bleeding lights, and she just goes, because she has called my little things.
You don't like the effect that they have in Eurovision with the leading lights and then the lights actually lead somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, these are little things.
That's actually a good point, Eston.
I mean, they're using the stage as well as they could. This is an excellent staging. And they're static in the beginning with the piano. She's static in the end, and there's a journey in the middle. I think it's perfect.
I'm too attached to the national final performance. I think that was incredible.
Yeah,
also
my favorite.
Also, the styling for me doesn't work. I want her hair to go back down. I want her dress to go back to white. this is just me.
I don't
And I
like
don't think it's
the
going to
color of the
affect the
dress.
result.
But these are all
But a
details.
lot of people criticized the dress in the national final,
They
saying
did?
it's not good, and the hair is not good. And I mean,
I thought she looked
it's
amazing.
more nitpicking. It's just small
Yeah,
details,
yeah.
but
And
and personal
I only
taste
say it because I love this
dresses.
song.
Yeah.
But anyway, the juries are gonna love this. I'm hoping that Estonia will be here to take Switzerland's vote, please. And I think that this didn't qualify out of running order favoring. This didn't qualify because it's great staging. This qualified because it's a great song and it's good damn vocals. And I think that televote is going to be consistently rewarded in the final. So I can see a world where Estonia makes the top 10 and shock everyone. So good job,
And
Estonia.
I don't get why Estonia is 21st in the odds. It makes no sense whatsoever. Behind Switzerland, behind Cyprus, behind Poland. Like, what? Come on.
The odds below 3% don't really count, though. Below 3% is like,
Yeah,
that's not winning, so it's indifferent.
There's a lot of stuff in the odds that does not make sense. While Spain just dropped.
Spain just dropped?
Yep.
Oh, people are starting to realize.
Movement.
Oh, it's just Norway going up.
Yep.
I don't know why Norway's going up. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, but the odds are convinced about Sweden winning.
We need to button this up. So we're going to move on to Finland. What do we think about Finland that we have not already said? I think this should be the winner. Hyväsuomi, indeed. Eston, you can start.
Yeah, I mean, I would love for this to win. It would deserve the win. I would love to see. I mean, it is already a winner in most European slots, and this will go down in history no matter what happens. Sweden will win, but Finland deserves to win. I agree. This is excellent. The staging is excellent. The vocals aren't great, but it doesn't even matter that much. They use a lot of backing vocals to cover it up. And yeah, it's about the performance. It's about the fun. It's about the fooling around, and staging is excellent. It is an amazing staging. They have fun. They make jokes. It's really enjoyable, and you don't even notice the bad vocals that much.
It's a song where the vocals count until a certain point. The focus point of this song is mostly the performance, the energy, the aesthetics, one will say. So the vocals can be mediocre. Something else will stand out from it anyway.
But I still hope they will get the mix right in the final, because especially the dance part, it was very there was a lot of reverb and echo, and it did not sound great. But I hope they will fix it, and it will. I think it will still win the televote comfortably.
Sorry before, but my phone overheated, so I had to go out.
Is it that hot in Malta?
Oh no, today not. It's like the weather is so bad. So Finland is my favorite song this year, and I definitely want Finland to win. For me, it has a whole package, everything. So please, I am begging on what is holy. I want Finland to win. For sure.
I think.
And I would love it, because I want to go to Eurovision and visit Finland.
Absolutely, and I'll see you there, buddy. If there is any justice tonight, Finland should be the winner. Come on, guys. If anyone's watching and is unsure of who to vote for Finland. Vote for Finland.
Yes, please.
We want a good song. We want the people's choice to win.
But you know what?
To go to Eurovision in Tampere. It's a beautiful city. I can show you around whilst Eurovision is there. This is great. I agree with Georgia. The vocals don't really matter here, and I think the vocals were good in the semi-final. Yes, they always need to get the mixing right, but I don't think the juries will actually tank this as hard as we are expecting.
No, they're not tanking this.
But-
They're just not giving it enough points to beat Sweden overall, in my opinion. But maybe they can still pull a Måneskin and do especially well in the jury. But I don't think this will be the televote winner, actually. We will get to it later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think this won the semi.
How do you think won the semi?
We will get to it later. No spoilers, but you can guess.
Yeah, please. I'm too invested in this. Let's get Finland. Let's take Sean and Eston to Eurovision. Becca and Giorgio can sleep at mine, and we can have the EuroBUZZ panel covering Eurovision 2024 live from Tampere.
Oh, and someone else is invited as well. Oh, Czechia! Why is their performance pink? First of all,
I don't know, but I like it. According to Sean's mom, they look like Perlini.
It looked like a model show, actually, a runway show. I personally think that this will not do that bad. I still expect something around like 100 televote points from them. They have that Eastern European folk vibe, but mixed with modernity, so it's not at all lame. It's actually very intriguing as a mix. The performance could be a bit stronger, but they are Slavic beauties. The song is about Slavic power, so I think it's consistent, actually. And I don't think it will do badly. I don't think the juries will reward it that much, but it is surely going to be a televote favorite, and it's already getting a lot of streams on Spotify. It's like number 6 from yesterday. So I expect this to do decently. And music fan, you are right. If Karja wins, then Eurovision will keep heading towards the correct way.
Angel Knox, I agree with you. Yes.
Okay.
And
you agree with Chanel being robbed?
No, but I'm talking about Finland and Spain. Yeah. Angel Knox, subscribe. We're gonna get on perfectly fine. Czechia. I always liked the song. I always thought we needed in the final. I did breathe a sigh of relief when we got it there because I was a little bit worried for it. The performance is good for me. It is a little bit pink though, but I think it contrasts well with the black and white staging. Very briefly, I think this did incredibly well in the televote. I'm not sure how it's going to do in the jury vote. I can see top 15, but not top 10 by any stretch of the imagination. Eston.
Yeah, I agree. The staging was not as bad as I was thinking after seeing some rehearsal clips. It actually made sense. It was good. The vocals were there, but I think seeing the running order, it's very. Is it? Yeah, it's the first in the second half, right? So, and coming off Finland before Australia, 2 songs that have a lot more impact. It will do okay, but around 15th place, I think, for Czechia.
Okay. Australia.
Ooh.
Becca.
Eston's favorite.
Adopted country again.
I like actually their performance. I mean, I know that last time that you guys were talking about a car, and you're like that it does not make sense. But personally, I do actually see the concept of having a car on a stage. I genuinely do like it. Will I do well in the final? I think this is one of the places. I think one of the entries that come up around 11 to 20th place. I think. I mean, I don't know how people feel about it. I mean, some people do love it, some people don't like it. So, I think it's one of those countries gonna fit within those places. I think. I don't know.
I think there should be top 10 for sure. I mean, the staging is excellent, and talking about the car, the Voyages, they will travel around. They will have a
Exactly.
good trip to the top 10, I hope. The staging is excellent. It's very fun. It's memorable. The vocals are great from both of them. This is excellent, and I really am rooting for Australia because the semi-final was saved by Australia, and I think they will do great in the final as well.
I don't think they will count that high personally. I don't think it has enough jury appeal, and I do think it has some televoting appeal, but it's an older type of rock, so maybe it's not a broad appeal like other types of rock like Slovenia are going to have. I think they will do decently. Actually, this is one year where Australia might get a higher televote score than their jury score, which for them is an achievement.
It is. It is. I don't think
It
that's
only
gonna
happened
happen.
in 2019, I think. Mhm.
Yeah, I always think the juries will always be padding out Australia just to justify their place in the final, especially in a year where it could allegedly be Australia's last year, but we've already discussed and think that it's
I
not going to
hope
be
not.
Australia's last year. No. So I think the juries will be fine. I think the televote is where the problem lies here. This gives me massive We Are Dummy vibes, meaning it could have come third in the semi-final, but then in the final it just gets a bit forgotten. The running order for it is better than I'm comparing it to, but I don't know. I just don't think it's going to have that much impact, especially coming up after a really strong lineup of songs. Music fan tells us it's going to be all right. We hope so. Angel, Georgia should have made it through instead of Poland. I agree with you, but Georgia does not. Hello
You know what?
from Armenia.
Hi, Armenia.
We will get to Armenia very soon.
Yeah.
Sasha, do you think that Slovenia and Australia will cancel each other out because they are both more?
No,
European
absolutely not.
years?
Absolutely not. They're completely different types
I
of
don't
rock.
think so either. I don't think so either.
But if we're talking about Slovenia and Australia canceling each other out, we should talk about Germany as well. That's
Mhm.
in a similar category, more
Yeah.
similar even to Australia than Slovenia is. So no,
Slovenia is a
they
completely
all
different
of them,
category.
all of them have room in the final.
They all have their
Absolutely.
place. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to Belgium. Giorgio, what do you think about Belgium's chances?
I think that you remember Laura Tesoro from 2016. She came number 10. I think that Belgium can achieve the same. Great energy. The dancer that you had me worried about was not very distracting. The dancer was
Yeah, he came
actually
really late,
completely in
didn't he?
place. Yep, and it was completely in place with the performance. And I feel like this is one that both the juries and the televote will give a decent score to. It will surely leave an impact. It will have its audience. It tells a story. It has great energy. So it's going to achieve a cute result, which is completely disconnected from what we expected from them in January. But Gustav really grew on everyone, I think.
Becca,
That's
you and I were in
surprisingly
a room
popular
together.
among people.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Wait,
Eston.
but you said something. No, what did you say? Because I didn't hear it properly.
Well, Becca.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
Becca, you and I were in a room together, and people were not loving Belgium where we were. What do you
Yeah,
think
no,
on that?
not at all. I mean, it has the 90s vibe, but not as much as one expected one's gonna really enjoy it. I mean, and even the outfit that he was wearing, Boy George would not be happy. Is Boy George still alive? I don't know. But
Yes.
anyway, he wouldn't be happy with his outfit. Um, it's a good catchy song. It's just I think it has potential to be definitely better. But I'm very glad that it went through the final. Very, very happy. It deserved this place, but it could have been a bit better, for sure.
Yeah, you know how you know how there is something very spooky to me about the number 11. I always get the prediction on who's coming 11th right. I said Netherlands last year. I did say Bulgaria the year before. The 11 vibes to me this year is coming from Belgium.
That would be great for
And I'm
them.
just gonna, yeah.
We lost Sean.
Oh, we lost our host. So now we're stuck talking about
We
Belgium.
lost Sean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but it's a good performance. It's good energy. It stands out. Kind of. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think the staging could be better, and I don't know. I don't care about it that much, but it's there. It will do its job.
So, what do we talk about now? Waiting for Sean. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. We can move on to Armenia.
Eston gave his opinion. We can move on to Armenia.
I don't know what happened there. Armenia, let's go.
I'm on. Sean, you like this song?
Well, I'm curious to see what Eston thinks because we didn't get to hear you on the second semifinal. So, Eston, the floor is yours.
Oh, right, yeah.
When I heard that there's going to be a dance break, I thought it's going to be horrific, but it actually was not that bad. I mean, yeah, we now know that it was always going to be there. It was there in the original version, so it's something that didn't just come up in the last minute. The staging works as well. Like we only saw the beginning of the stage performance in the rehearsals, so I was afraid that maybe it's gonna be static, maybe it's gonna just not move around or have great visuals. But in the end, the staging is excellent. The vocals are excellent. Not the biggest fan of the song, but it works, and I definitely like it a lot more now after seeing the performance than after seeing the music video. So it's a good song. It will do a good job, and I don't know where it's gonna come though. I have no idea. This could be top 10, could be top 15. I don't know.
Becca, you didn't think this was qualifying. Have you changed your mind about its chances of doing well?
Did she freeze?
Yeah, she froze.
Okay, well.
Giorgio.
Okay. No, she's back. Go, Becca. Do tell us about Armenia.
She's still frozen.
Oh.
Just go on.
The final live stream is always messy as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah, and I hear birds chirping outside. Like, who has the
that's
birds?
coming from me. That
Okay,
is
close
coming
the
from me.
window.
Tell us about Armenia for Becca's work.
The performance was visually amazing. The dance break wasn't needed, but it didn't ruin the song either. The vocals were very good. Overall, I thought that they did a great job. I don't think that this will do very well in the final because it's a very American type of commercial song that doesn't really stand out at Eurovision, but they can still be proud of it because this is going to be remembered after. This is probably going to be one of the most streamed ones as well. It's produced by the NVAC Collective, which was the same one that did Snap. So I feel like they know what they're doing and they have a plan for her as well. So nothing to complain about this song. It will have its decent result. It will do Armenia proud, and it will keep spreading Armenian artists in the world. So this song has a point.
Yeah, it has a place in the final.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Even though the lyrics are a bit lazy, she sells the song very well.
She does. I cannot be happier that this whole number 2 slot narrative got defeated with Armenia. Would have liked it to be defeated by Malta, but you know we're not going to go down that rabbit hole again.
But both actually.
Yeah, I always liked Armenia. I always had no worries for its qualification. Staging was great. It wasn't Brunette's most convincing performance, I think, in the semi-final, but oh, now
That's my
I
dog
think
who's
Armenia
barking. Ignore
has
her.
now I think Armenia has a better running order, and if they defeated that number two slot with just the televote, I genuinely think Armenia is going to do well in the televote and the jury. I'm gonna pull up some comments about Armenia. Armenia is actually very solid. I like the dance break edition. Yeah, I agree. I wasn't too crazy about it when I heard that it was gonna be there, but it didn't look forced. Armenia has one of the best stage concepts this year, easily top 15. Armenia's quality is undeniable. She should be top 10 for sure, but you never know when it comes to the voting. This could come top 10. What do you guys think?
No, I think it would be like
No?
10th. Like, you know what? We were guessing who is coming 11th, and I think it's Armenia who's coming 11th this year. I expect 11 to 15. I don't think this will do sparks in the televote or in the jury vote. I think it will do decently.
Maybe.
Around 10th place, like 8 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's great
Borderline
for
top
Armenia.
10. Justice for Latvia, Romy, I agree. I love Latvia.
Eston
Love
doesn't.
Latvia all of a sudden. Belgium guy is insufferable.
And what does Romy think about Finland guy?
He will tell us. Latvia was great. It's absolutely unfair. They haven't qualified since 2017. Almost always solid songs. You know I agree. You know I am the Latvia fanboy, but Eston is shaking his head left, right, left, right.
And me too.
Australia slayed. Their quality is so on point. They really know how to put on a show. Yeah. Angel, I'm seeing there's a lot of hype for Sweden according to bookies. My question is, would it be that much had the same song been sung by any other person?
Absolutely not.
No.
They would never
Maureen carries the song.
Yeah. She has great
If any
vocals.
other
Last night she was
person,
off key though.
Yeah,
Have you guys
if
heard
this
last
was
night she was
sung
off key?
by like an okay vocalist or just an okay performer, this would not be talked about at all, basically.
Okay, but that's the point, actually. You need to combine the right singer with the song. And in this case, I don't think Loreen is the perfect singer because this song is too basic for her image. And sometimes I think she is doing way too much to be singing a song that is so basic. But at the same time, she can make anything electronic work, basically. That's her style.
Jojo, your dog could actually sing choruses with Karya.
Yeah. Karya should make a feature with Ambra, that's for sure.
Moving on to Moldova.
Becca?
Guys, I'm gonna... She's on her way. Her phone is giving us some heat.
Time to go on the computer.
I'm gonna start with Moldova. This is so good, guys. This is incredible. Excellent stage performance, excellent song, possibly one of the most consistent products we have this year. I don't look forward to the juries giving it not more than 30 points.
Yeah.
But the televote is going to make up for it, and I think this is coming inside the top 10.
I think this is going to get like 150, maybe, well, 120. Let's not be exaggerated from the televote. This is cool. It's very Eurovision, but it's cool at the same time. You know, there's a lot of talk about horoscopes on Twitter, what sign are you, and so on. Like a song about the sun and the moon with all those Eastern European folk elements. This is perfect, you know. I feel like the public will really appreciate this, as they did last year, and Moldova keeps delivering.
Absolutely.
This is one of the songs that I don't understand what it's doing 22nd in the odds. I mean, come on, it might be 22nd in the jury vote, but overall, the public vote will be very, very high, over 100 points for sure, which will already be enough to be higher than 22nd. They will do great. They stand out. it's doing very, very well in the final. Top 10 is very, very possible.
Absolutely. I do think this coming inside the top 10. Nothing makes me happier than seeing my friend GERD ESTON Sepp appreciating an ethnic pop. You know, I'm not always here for your northern conservatism, but I love it when you love a Portugal and a Moldova. So Aita, and I don't know how to say anything else in Estonian. Moving on to Ukraine. From the east to the east.
Shall we move on? I think it will do a lot worse than people think. Third in the odds, no, it's not going to be in the top 5. Of course, it will get some sympathy votes, but the song is just. It's not that the song is terrible, but it's not for the Eurovision audience. It's very boring. It's very. I don't know what it's doing here. I don't have a lot of words to say about this. It will get some points. It will be in the final, but the song is so forgettable, especially in the running order between so many good songs.
Yeah, no need to stretch it out if there's not much to say. Giorgio.
I think that it will still get its share of televote points. We will still be north of 100, and overall this will be in the lower top 10. I also think that the juries will completely forget about this, though. It will get points from Poland, Czech Republic, Lithuania, the countries who are going to show support to Ukraine. But this is not going to leave an impact in any way. It's not a song that you would expect from Ukraine. It's not a song that the public wants from Ukraine. And whatever country it might be from, this is not something that leaves a dent in the lineup.
Absolutely. And I think coming... Oh, we had her and we lost her. I think coming in between Norway and Moldova, Ukraine is not a great spot. But after seeing how basically Switzerland qualified, I still think that there are going to be a lot of people who will be voting for Ukraine just because of, what I'm going to not say. So I do expect even 200 televote points. Yeah, I am expecting.
No.
I am expecting it.
Maximum 150, maximum, but more 100.
I hope you're right.
If people want to vote based on the war, they have Switzerland, they have Ukraine, they have Czechia, they have Croatia, they have so many options, and they're all going to take each other's points in the end. And Croatia will get the biggest televote of them.
Yeah, that is true. Becca, you're back. We're talking about Ukraine.
Yes,
what do you have to say about Ukraine?
It's an okay song. I didn't see the rehearsals, so I don't know what they're gonna bring to the stage.
It's the same.
It's the same. Okay.
It's still Microsoft Windows XP.
Yep.
Okay.
I got absolutely destroyed for that comment, but maybe you don't. Yeah, well, when I was reacting to the national final performance, in the end, where they have the 4 squares, I said it looks like the Microsoft logo, and then people thought I didn't recognize the Ukrainian flag, and basically destroyed me. Like, oh my God, there's a war going on. You don't know what the Ukrainian flag looks like. Come on, take the joke, guys.
And it was funny.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
Anyway,
don't worry.
Oh my God.
These Ukrainians are Slavo Ukraini, all that, but guys, don't be so sensitive. Come on now. Moving on to Norway.
The most disappointing performance, in my opinion, from semi-final 1.
Yeah, it was. I was expecting better from her, definitely.
It is still coming top 10, in my opinion, overall. It will still get more than 100 from both votings, but its potential would have been higher, And I hope that she was just nervous during the semifinal, and now she will be much less stiff. So we will see tonight. But the styling was not the best. Her energy was not there. I just hope that tonight she will step it up a little bit, because, you know, she will bring some extra Italian pride to the contest.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like she didn't her on Tuesday. It wasn't her best performance. Definitely not. But I think she will do top 10. I think. Yeah, easily.
Yeah,
I guess.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
yeah,
an
well,
okay performance. It didn't break any new ground, but I think she will be better in the final. She has a good running order. Definitely top 10 and possibly top 5, likely even maybe top 5. Yeah, this will get good points from both the jury and the televote, and it's gonna do very well.
Maybe because I dislike this song so much, so I'm being very biased here and not very objective. Like Georgia with Spain, you know, if we don't like the song, obviously we're not gonna say it's gonna win. I would hate to think that this is coming inside the top 5. Like there are so many better songs, so many more deserving songs. This is pure laziness for me. I appreciate that people like the song, and I can very objectively split my taste from what the general public feels. And this song is an objectively good song, and people seem to love it. But the staging for me is so lazy. Alessandra's vocals aren't consistent at all. Rumor has it last night she really, really struggled with the jury. So I went to check the performance, and guys, that was not a good performance.
It was bad.
It was worse than Madrid, but as if that's gonna matter with the juries, you know. Like,
but you know what? The juries already made up their minds before even voting in the final. Like they already know who they're voting for. So, I mean, remember when Loreen?
If the vocals were not good, if they were that bad, then I think it will affect the jury votes.
But remember when Loreen choked on a snowflake back in 2012, and she still landslided the jury during the jury show. So I don't think this will have an impact. The jury's already made up their minds, so it's whatever.
Ukraine is so generic DJ song. Martin Garrix could have. I mean, he's a top DJ.
Martin Garrix wouldn't make the song this bad.
The public will vote this year will be very divided. Some people will still vote for Ukraine purely out of merciful spirit. Yeah, I think so. It's okay to dislike a song if you dislike a song, no matter where it's from. Yes, sir. France, my favorite, has the ingredient song to be consumed. I'm not sure what you mean, Jamie, but tell us more.
He means that it has a baguette in it.
La baguette.
Next up is Germany. Is it our last? No, it's not our last Big Five. I know Esther is a massive fan of this, so I'm gonna go to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite rock song. I like Australia more, but it's good. It definitely is something that, as I said before, Germany did a good job selecting this. This was the best option. It has a good running order. It will stand out. It will get a lot of public points. I'm not sure about the jury, but vocally it's good. The performance is okay. It's nothing special. They didn't change a lot. I think it's too red. They could have had a more contrast, but overall, it's a decent entry, and it will have its fans.
I don't really know what to say about this song because I don't think that it really leaves an impact. The staging is a bit lazy, and there are better rock songs that will surely be more remembered, i.e., Australia and Slovenia, and Croatia, which is on another category, I will say. So I can actually see this one coming last.
No, 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 no,
Ah.
no, no, no.
But
No.
Germany is not escaping the bottom 5, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it will be the bottom
Becca?
5. Yeah, I completely agree with
I
what
agree.
Giorgio has been saying. Yeah.
I do. You see, the thing about this is it's good. It's really good by Germany standards, but otherwise, it doesn't have much character to it. I think it's a very,
Exactly.
it's a very like
It's just there.
rock, glam rock metal song by the numbers, and I always have this issue with this song. I want to like it more, but it just doesn't. There's just something missing for it. I don't know exactly why I feel like that. Oops, not 20 yet. But yeah, I don't know if it's coming last, but then again, I don't know who's coming last. Germany definitely has the best running order they've had in, since they've been doing really, really poorly. But yeah, I don't see it for Germany. Last, absolutely not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
Lithuania.
I can see how it could become last, but I think 20th, 19th, probably.
Tutto.
If I hear that once again, oh my god. Okay. A lot of people are going to be like, ooh, this is going to do amazing in the juries, but I completely disagree on that. It did horribly in the OGA, in the INFI, however it's pronounced, and in the Euro jury things. I think this one will completely be forgotten by the juries. Lithuania will get its usual cute 80 points from the televote or something, and that's fine for them. But I don't think this song will leave an impact, which is too bad because I really like it. I think the vocals are on point. I think the dress looks nice, on the contrary of what many people say. I like the energy. I like Monica's passion. But the other day, the Italian commentators, one of them is a known record producer here. She's a talent scout and everything. And her comment on Lithuania was, you don't have to scream to show that you have a good voice. And this song is very loud,
I would say that about Spain rather than Lithuania, but okay.
She hasn't seen Spain yet. But
Okay,
we will,
yeah.
I
we will
agree,
see
though.
tomorrow what she says. I think this song will be kind of forgotten about,
I agree about this. Like, it's very loud, especially when they go to toto. It's true. I used to think Lithuania is going to do well, but in that semi-final, it really was muted by the energy of Albania and Australia. And in the final, it's coming between Israel and Germany. So another rock song and an even more maybe high potential song coming from Israel. So I think that Lithuania this year won't be starting from zero, granted, but it's gonna get, like, when Katerin Dushka came 21st for Greece, I think that's kind of what I'm expecting. The Lithuania votes,
No.
Poland, Ukraine, Norway,
I think she will
Ireland,
come
and the UK.
17th, 16, 17. Not that
Well,
low.
It
there's
depends
not
what
much
category.
difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah.
Top 20.
It depends where the jury is going to put this, but yeah, I think Lithuania is one of the weakest songs actually in this last segment of the show. Becca, anything to add?
Definitely. Yeah,
No.
personally, I just can't connect with the song at all, and I don't see the jury appeal here. Yeah, the vocals are great, the harmonies are great, but it just feels a bit bland. I don't know. And yeah, it's coming after Norway and Germany, and then we have Israel, we have Slovenia, we have Croatia. Yeah, this is in danger of the bottom 5.
Giorgio, do you think this won the semi-final? Israel?
No, I don't think so, but I voted for it 5 times. Of course, because we can only vote 5 times in Italy. And I'm voting for it 5 times again tonight. Actually, it's my favorite. The performance was not perfect. Something more could have been done with it, especially to hide the fact that the final part, like Nee, Korn is all in playback, but the charisma is there, the confidence is there. You can tell Noah doesn't have one insecure cell in her entire body. The juries, I think, are going to appreciate this enough. I don't think this is going to be a massive success. I think it will still come top 10, maybe 6th or 7th. And this will probably convince more Israeli artists, like big Israeli artists, to try Eurovision. And, the public broadcaster in Israel, after last year, is trying really hard to make Eurovision be huge again in the country. And that's why they got Noah. And they're also a country that feels like they have a lot to prove. So I hope that they're not let down, I hope that the public and the juries reward Noah.
Eston?
Yeah. Top 10 is guaranteed. I don't see any possibility that it would be left out. Potentially fifth or sixth place. I think it will do great. And yeah, I mean, what else is there to say, really?
Absolutely. Becca, tech before you buy one more time. Israel. What do you think of Israel's chances?
I think it would be like around top 5. I think she's doing very well. I mean, despite I don't like the song, but I think she'll do well with top 5, maybe 6, but top 5 for sure.
Okay, ambitious.
Yeah.
Out of the two, like the two songs I dislike the most this year, and it's not that they were my 36 and 37, but because everyone seems to like them so much, were Norway and Israel. Norway, I think I can be. It's crashing more and more as the days go by. Israel is getting better, and I appreciate the performance. I appreciate that they really, really worked hard to make this solid, even vocally. Like, Noah's not the best live singer, but vocally it sounds fine. The dancing is ironed out well. The staging is cool. Yeah, I think this will probably get itself a spot inside the top 10, but I still don't like the song. And when I saw it in the semi-final, but this is coming because I don't like the song. It was not as big of an event as people were making it out to be. So,
but you know what?
Yeah,
we have to give her flowers because she managed to make a song about unicorns sound cool.
that is your opinion.
No, she looked amazing. She looked super cool, super confident. She was not dorky at all, and many people who like unicorns are kind of dorky. So she did a great job, in my opinion.
After watching Chanel's dance break, it feels like any other one is too dull.
Okay, but that's because she's a professional dancer. But these 3 dance breaks that we got were all between nice, the Armenian one, shouldn't have been there, but anyway, and great. And I think both Israel and Poland are staged very well.
Yeah.
I don't like the ending. It's what the fuck ending, but not in a good way.
It's a K-pop ending.
Let's not forget who the mother of dance breaks was, Hera Paparizou the Great. Now that is something I agree upon.
Yes.
Okay, that was the clear winner. Even though Israel was my second that year.
Slovenia. Ljubili se igrali.
Slovenia's best televote is coming.
Yes, their best result overall.
Oh, I hope that too. They have to beat 7th place, so it's not easy. And I don't think that the juries will back this too much, but gosh, have you seen them in the semifinal? They filled the stage. The charisma was there. Boyan looked amazing. He was kind of like Harry Styles, as if Harry was less cringeworthy, like Harry Styles in his early days. So I felt like they were such a good package for Eurovision. They were pretending to play instruments in a very convincing way. Energy was all around. They're such a good band, and they're going to have a lot of fans, especially a lot of young female fans, and those vote. So I hope you're right that Slovenia is heading towards their best result.
It would be so deserved. These guys are true professionals. They are an amazing band, and I hope that Eurovision kickstarts their international career, and they are amazing. Plus, the song is in Slovenian, which makes it stand out even more. The language sounds great, they sound great, and I think it will get consistently high points, both from the jury and the televote. And the running order is incredible, of course. So all the cards in Slovenia's favor.
Absolutely.
Let's hope so. Seventh is hard to beat, though.
I've been saying Slovenia's coming top 10 for a long while now, and I think it could come. I genuinely think they won the televote in the semi-final. I do think that this running order helps them. They are the last rock song to come on, so
no, there's Croatia.
I'm not always thinking that.
Croatia is not any genre. No. It's performance genre.
Croatia's not going to be considered as a rock song. Croatia's
they
won't compete. They will not compete.
Oh, no. They're two different audiences.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the juries will appreciate this. I think they should. The televote will get behind it enough to give it the Måneskin effect without as many points as Måneskin, and also because they're not trying to be like Måneskin. You know, they're not glam rock. They are just doing what young artists should be doing, which is singing a song about the beauty of life.
Exactly.
Let's have a good time.
Our commentator actually talked about that. She said, finally, somebody who's singing a song that's appropriate for them. Like, you're young, you have to make the, how do you say it in English? Like, grab the moment or something like that. Seize the day. That's what they do.
Seize the day.
And
absolutely.
The entire package is amazing for Slovenia. I expect way more than 100 televote points. I don't expect the juries to get behind this too much, unfortunately. It's not the generic English song that they tend to like. It's not the vocal show that they tend to like. It's not the radio song that they tend to vote for. But the public, damn, they're going to see these guys and they're going to be like, whoa, this is perfect for Liverpool.
But I also can see how this could be the surprise, like, in a bad way. I can see how this could end up not even in the top 15. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. I think it doesn't happen. But I can see how it could happen.
I didn't notice that, actually.
Me neither. There was no Laura Pulvede going on there.
No.
Yeah, I love Slovenia, but as a band, I would definitely vote for Australian fellas.
But they're not boy bands. They're normal bands who play instruments.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think Slovenia could do it. I'm not sure if it would be higher than 7. I would be amazed if that happened, but I think Slovenia could do the top 10, and I think it would be very well deserved. Moving on to Croatia, just across the border. Now, Georgia.
I think this is the televote winner, actually. I think that they won the televote in the semifinal, and I think they're winning tonight. I'm telling you, all the locals were crazy for this. It was, of course, the first video to reach 1 million streams on YouTube from the semifinal, unsurprisingly. It got a lot of attention. It was extremely memorable, and Eurovision producers are kind of predictable. They usually put at 25, or in Leicester's case, 24, so second to last, a song that did extremely well in the televote in the semifinal. I think they did so this year because there is no risk that this song wins overall. The juries are going to try to let it, you know.
Yep.
But I think this is winning the televote. Like, I'm very confident about it. So if I were a gambling addicted British person, then I would probably bet 50 euros on it, and I will earn about 2,000 because the odds
50 euros on what?
On them winning the televote.
I haven't even seen any sites that have that option to vote for a televote.
Oh, they do. There are many betting sites too, but I'm not here to promote unethical ways of living.
But yeah, you're a comparison to Moldova.
Hi. Sorry.
Let's seize the moment like Slovenia. While you're here, Why your phone is not overheating? Croatia.
Oh, I love the song. I mean, it's a fun song. It reminds me of the good old Eurovision days. I think they're gonna be in the top five, I think. And
Yeah,
I feel
Of the
and
televote.
I think they're going to be top 5
of the
overall, actually.
televote. Um, and I think this is the country that won the semifinal one and semifinal one. You know. Anyways,
Okay.
but I mean, I just love the song. I mean, not everyone likes the song though. Some people, not. I think most of people who don't watch Eurovision, they find it to be like, what the fuck. But I love it.
But it's a good what the fuck, actually. I mean, a lot
Exactly,
of people were talking
it's a
about
good
it,
one.
and they especially target people who are watching Eurovision just for the entertainment factor. Their
Exactly.
entertainment factor is the best this year. I mean, the entire performance is 2 minutes and a half, but they keep you perched, waiting to see
Exactly.
what's coming next.
Mhm.
It's memorable. I mean, in
It
every
is.
way.
It is. And I will
And it's
say,
25th. It's winning the televote, I'm telling you.
There
I
were
do
two
think
songs that got.
the performance, I'm just gonna say this, was so much better than the national final because they started out not like just dancing, and then they moved to the satellite stage doing
Hmm.
what you would expect a rock band to do.
Yeah.
So I think it was a great performance, and yeah, the part that where they stripped didn't look cheap at all. I think it was like, hey,
Mm-mm.
you know, yeah, I think Croatia is doing well, Eston.
Yeah, okay. First of all, yes, Georgia, your comment about Moldova last year is very appropriate because I think the juries will absolutely tank this. It will be very low, if not last in the jury vote, possibly, probably last in the jury vote.
Hmm.
But then the televote will come in with the top five in televote. I don't know if it's winning the televote. I still think that Finland won the first semifinal, and Finland will win
I am
this
with
televote.
Eston on this one. I am with Eston
But
on this one as well.
top five for sure. There were two songs that got a reaction from our Estonian and Finnish viewing party. Of course, Finland, but Croatia as well. People were laughing. They were making like
Mhm.
these faces. And after we had a vote, and this got a fair amount of points as well. So this will be the Moldova of 2023.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what? For some reason, I'm thinking that actually the juries won't tank it as much as we're expecting. But like I don't know, I could be massively wrong, massively. But I'm just getting this little thought that maybe juries there's some juries at least that want to go out of this stereotype of the juries only like ballads and generic. I'm probably dreaming here, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about which juries gave Moldova points last year. It was Greece and Italy, I think. So I think Greece and Italy will also give points to this, like the juries, for some reason. We like being
Absolutely.
quirky here.
Yeah. Americans gonna love it. Where is the comment?
Hmm.
Those types of songs are main reason they even care to watch Eurovision. Good point, music fan. I always thought that the Americanizing of Eurovision is not something I want to see because these performances might not be appreciated outside of Europe. But yeah,
No,
good
Sean,
point.
think about Australians. Think about how the Australians vote. Their televote is
Yeah,
always heading towards the memeable, energetic songs. So that's the
yeah,
mindset in those Anglophone countries, usually.
it's true. It's true. Just before we go to the last country, I just want to say thank you to all these people that are watching us. Thank you so much for coming over. We appreciate the comments. We've had a lot of comments today in the live chat.
Mhm.
Um, I, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have any people watching. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys for coming over this year. We're rounding out the year, so I wanted to put that out there and make sure to subscribe. I genuinely appreciate each and every subscribe. Boy from a small country. I was gonna say Duncan Lawrence lines for a minute, but it doesn't help that you come from a small country here on YouTube. So I genuinely appreciate all of the love. And rounding it out after my very, very insufferable speech with the United Kingdom. Who wants to start about the United Kingdom?
First of all, it was a lovely speech.
Yeah.
Second of all, UK totally bottled their chances of getting a good result with the vocals and even the performance. It is.
It's too dark. Should be more colorful.
That's what I have to say. It's. I have the same emotion of Duncan Lawrence when he was asked how are you feeling. Is I don't know, something isn't right here, especially the vocals, but performance as well. It's messy. It's yeah, they have a good running order, and of course the Liverpool arena will get behind it, but top 15 at best, no chance of getting top 10, I think.
You know what, Aston? I think this is Molly Smithton-Davies 2.0. UK 2014, they closed the show, high expectations from them, and then the performance was weak, the vocal performance was weak, nobody voted for it. They came, I don't remember, like 17th, 18th, I don't remember.
Yeah, but that's exactly what could happen this year as well.
This is following the same path. This is an AI-generated song. May acts like she's a robot as well somehow. No energy, no charisma whatsoever from her. I'm sure she's a lovely girl.
I actually think her personality really comes through. The
her
part
personality.
In the song she just goes like, I like it. I like.
Yeah, okay, she's crazy. We love her, but truly speaking, this is a song for the radio, and she is a singer for the radio, not a singer for live performances. She's the coronavirus pop girl, like Mabel, who just belongs on airwaves and is better, not being seen live because the charisma is just not there. And the song is not memorable enough either. This is coming after Croatia. It has a huge disadvantage, in my opinion. It's going to be lame. As much as being last in the running order usually gives an advantage when the performance is not very memorable and the song is not very memorable, then it's not an advantage anymore. People are just going to be like, oh, that was anticlimactic.
You guys mentioned Molly Smith-Downs. I'm going to mention Adrenalina. I'm getting massive Adrenalina vibes here.
Without the adrenaline.
Some love from the jury, but I am expecting a shockingly low televote score. And maybe they won't come 21st, but I don't think the UK is cracking. I'm going to say it. I don't think the UK is cracking the top 20. I always have some, there's always something to be said for me about the host country closing the show. I think that it's the best, you should save the best audience reaction for the last, because that's the best way how we can close the show. And then we're going to be like, all right, But with a product as problematic as this, I'm like, I wish I could have closed with Germany or, I don't know, maybe Moldova.
Slovenia, Australia, Norway, you can keep them going.
Yeah, I wish we could have gotten something a bit safer to just close us out, and that's it. Eurovision 2023, the class has performed. I also don't like her styling. I think she really gets lost in black against a backdrop of really, really nice pop art. Rebecca, talk to me.
I mean, I completely agree with all what you guys have been saying. I'm not a big fan of this song. I think they should have chosen a better song to close off this Eurovision.
Well, they couldn't choose it. They didn't choose it. It was a draw.
The draw. Sorry. But I think a better song would have definitely been better to close this Eurovision final than England's. As I said, not a big fan of the song. I've been. But as Georgia said, it's just made for the radio stations and not to be
Yeah.
sang live. Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Anil, you
Good
said
The
point.
answer to
Very
your
good
question,
point.
Angel, is gimmicks. They can rely on gimmicks, and this song is completely flat. There's nothing going on. So
absolutely.
that's why we don't expect it to do well.
We have talked about all 26 finalists. It's been a marathon. We've been together for 2 hours and 9 minutes. It's always the best in the
Sean,
final, isn't it?
I had some more questions actually. I wanted to
I'm
ask.
looking forward. I'm looking forward to
You're
your
still
question
not
about our
tired?
country's televote.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to ask you guys, who do you think will be the televote winners and the jury winners of your own countries, starting from Malta?
Well,
Jury winner.
Rebecca
Jury
and I
winners. Yeah. Sorry.
go,
Go
go, go,
ahead.
go.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, Becca and I were at a pre-party yesterday. Not like a Eurovision pre-party, but it was just a Eurovision party with Maltese people. And everyone was like, they were playing the Swedish songs of all the years. And then from this year, they played Sweden, Israel, Norway. And I think then they played Finland because we shouted Finland like 500 times and they just wanted to shut us up. But it says a lot about the Maltese televote. And I am convinced that the top three in Malta are going to Sweden, Israel, and Norway.
So no Italy.
Serbia will get some points.
No, never
Italy
to
will,
Italy.
will get some points. Yeah, actually, Italy can disrupt the top three because the older public will resonate with Italy. Let's say Italy, Sweden, Israel, Norway. And then along the way, we're going to have maybe Australia. We're going to have France and Spain. No, not Spain. We're going to have France. We're going to have Belgium. And I think we're going to have Slovenia.
And what about your
That's the
jury?
Maltese televote. The jury is unpredictable as fuck. So it depends who the Maltese jury made deals with. And it could be Israel, it could be Italy, it could be Sweden, or it could be, I don't know.
What about US?
It was Albania once.
Estonia will vote for.
I think the jury will definitely vote for Sweden. It will clearly win the jury vote, no doubt. In the televote, I think it's going to be probably. It's going to be either Finland or Sweden, of course, but I think maybe Finland will win the televote, Sweden second, and then it could be so many countries. It could be Switzerland, it could be Italy, it could be, I don't know, probably some ballot. I think maybe Switzerland or Italy third.
I don't even know what to expect from the Italian jury because, as you guys know, they're known for voting very randomly. So I'm going to expect them to give 12 points to something like Austria or Belgium, or maybe even Portugal, like something that nobody else is giving 12 points to. And
Portugal needs the point.
Yeah, Portugal needs them. But it's a song that's going to be appreciated by the Italian audiences, actually. The commentators were praising it. The press praised it here. And I think that the juries here will go for, the televote here will go for, well, both the immigrant countries, so Ukraine, Albania, and Moldova. Norway, of course, because she's Italian, after all. Croatia, because that had a resounding response here. And I also think that we will be giving some points to Slovenia, maybe a 1 to Portugal, a couple to Finland, Czech Republic, probably. You know what, though? I'm more curious to see if we give any points to Sweden or if we'll pull a slow-mo, a Chanel on them and give them 0 points. Because if you remember in 2012, our jury gave Sweden 0 points and our televote gave her 3 points, but the total was 0. So I'm curious about this year with Sweden.
Germany gets points from Estonia for sure. Eston, do we agree?
Potentially, yeah. I could see some lower points, like 2 or 3.
From Karjal and I will vote Croatia, just a crazy song with a meaning. Of course, we hope our own party boy will win. Cha cha cha. Absolutely, Hyvä Suomi, Peter Mas.
Oh, Petremas,
Angel
my
asks-
best friend Julia is also voting for Croatia. So you're not alone.
Angel asks us about our top 5. Do we want to go around quickly, starting with Becca?
Top 5. Okay. Finland, France. Oh shit. France. Oh, I'm stuck. France, Albania, 4th and 5th. Oh shit, I'm stuck. Moldova and no, Australia. No, I can't think of the 5th one. Forget
Well,
the 5th one.
take your time. Eston?
Finland, Sweden, Australia, Slovenia, and who else? Croatia, maybe, actually. That was surprisingly fun.
Great choice.
Ooh.
For
So a
me,
lot of bands.
for me, from number 5 to number 1 is going to be in this order: Lithuania, Croatia, Estonia, Poland, and number 1, Israel.
Israel.
Israel is my favorite. Yeah.
It's gonna be phenomenal.
Mhm.
My 5th is Portugal. My 4th is Moldova. My 3rd is Albania. My number 2 is Suomi. And my number 1
Spain.
is Spain.
Which
Honorable
none of
mention
us
to Slovenia, though. Not a problem.
Any
Becca,
more
did you find your
comments?
number 5?
5 Sweden.
Oh, somebody had to mention it.
I mentioned it. It was my
Go
second.
to Slovenia. We can see that. I can see the Finns.
I can see it.
Slovenia, yeah.
Many points going to Slovenia from many countries, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining once again. Thank you for anyone that came to watch. Thank you for your chat comments. Thank you for interacting. It's been a pleasure. This is not our last live stream because we will come tomorrow at 2:30 Central European Time in the afternoon to discuss the results, and then we will draw the line on this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Enjoy the final tonight. I will be watching with a Spanish flag in my hands and obviously a Finnish flag on my head. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
Bye-bye.